There's not much that's bringing me back in July, but as you can see here, there's a free Donkey Kong somewhere in the D acres. Additionally, worth noting, oh no, I already threw it away. Whoops, I forgot. Tom Nook has a worthy painting today, but we already have that one. In fact, I think it's the second or third time that we've come across a worthy painting. So, you know, paintings are rather hard to come by, but you know, it doesn't feel great when it's a duplicate. It's not, you know, I'm getting a lot of duplicates. We're just gonna hope this Donkey Kong is somewhere still around here. So I'm just gonna like look around the cartridges, or look around the acres. But getting a Donkey Kong would be great. It would only be the second NES game that we have. I did introduce the koala, right? You guys have seen the koala. He's like my newest, or she, I think, my newest villager. It's really been there's been nothing happening. It's been very boring for the past few days. I will tell you that. Also, it's 9 o'clock, which may be a little late for me to have started this, but I did anyways. There's a lot of stuff around. There's a lot of trees, which I can now cut down, actually. I could just cut down all the trees just for the hell of it. D acres, it's a lot of acres. It also has been raining, like, every single day. That might be it. Nope, that's a fossil. Like, I swear, it's been raining, like, every day for the past few days. I think it's just because, like, if you look at the billboard, it says... I mean, I'd have to look at the billboard, because you guys can't look at the billboard. But the billboard has a message saying, oh, July showers starting today. And it's like, it really has been raining, like, every single freaking day. Alright, well, I didn't see it. I will say I've been slacking a little bit on finding fossils. Just on specifically, like, making sure I find all the fossils for the day. But I still receive 3 fossils a day, so I don't really see the issue. Things are not looking great. The fact that we're on the last acre and I still haven't seen it. It might be hidden behind something. There's just a lot of trees. But the D acres do incorporate this part. So we gotta go check over there. I was just thinking, wouldn't it suck if I started chopping down trees, the game just took away my axe at some point? I might have to just start chopping down trees, because I don't know. I could try digging back here where I can't see. Wow, I didn't expect to actually pull that off. Holy crap. That was insane. It's a freaking mosquito that's following me around. It's really annoying me. You know, this feels kind of cathartic to just be able to chop down all the trees finally. Fine, whatever. I don't care about the stupid mosquito that's been trying to sting me for the past 20 minutes. I think we might actually have enough to pay off our debt now as well. I'm just gonna check to see if there's anything to buy, but we're pretty much there. I mean, I don't really care about any of this. I mean, some of the space stuff I have been getting. There's a plant here. It's a Pachira. I mean, there's so many plants in this game that I'm just kind of sick of them. But I'll get one more plant. One more thing to note, I'm getting close to 30,000, which I'm hoping is like some sort of maximum. But look how close we are. We're so very close. But I feel like if I just put one more or a couple more, maybe even just one more furniture, like, that'll do it. That'll put us over the top. I don't know if 30,000 matters at all. It might not even be that much. Which is would kind of suck, because then I don't even know how I'd be able to do much better than that, given how filled up my house is already. So it's pretty. We're pretty much there, you know. We're pretty much at our upper limit of like the amount of furniture we can realistically place down. I swear sometimes in this game I just hear like a distant siren. I can't tell if that's in the game. At first I was like, well, I think that's just like in real life or something, but no, I think that's in the game. It's just like a really distant siren for some reason. Oh, see, there's a weed there. I don't want to get rid of this pear tree though, dude. I'll get rid of the peach trees, I don't care. Oh, look at this. We've stumbled upon something, a secret of sorts. I sure hope this is it, man. Oh, thank goodness. I was like terrified I was gonna have to like cut down every tree in the frickin' in D block, but no, we lucked out. We've only cut down every tree in the first 2. And almost the 3rd. But I didn't cut down any below, so we're good. We did knock out a whole bunch of trees doing that though. Let's go play Donkey Kong. I have to say, I don't think I've talked to any of my villagers in like a long time. I think they probably hate me by now. I mean, this just looks terrible. I don't know. I'm not like crazy about it. I don't think it looks great or anything. I'm just like, you know, we almost have enough to have 30,000, and then maybe that's just good. That'll be it. All right, so here's our. I did buy the flying saucer though. I forgot. Maybe I should. Feel like at the end of this, I should probably like try to, you know, put something together to show everything off, or at least the NES games. I don't know about anything else I would really want to show off, but let's play Donkey Kong. So interestingly, Donkey Kong was obviously originally an arcade game, but what we have here is the NES version of Donkey Kong. I'm pretty okay at Donkey Kong. So there's 2 types of Donkey Kong, and I mean the original arcade machine had a bunch of switches. You know, most arcade machines, the way they work is that they have these things called dip switches in the back of the cartridge, and the dip switches essentially allow you to sort of set the difficulty of the arcade cabinet. And this is for the owner of the arcade, so they can be like, oh, well, maybe we want the cabinet to be, you know, it depends on the players you get coming in. Like, if you get really good players, then you probably want, like, you want to waste more of their money. So it's kind of an interesting little tidbit. That, yeah, your arcade owner, if you're like, this version of Donkey Kong is for some reason way harder than every other version of Donkey Kong I've ever played, it's probably because the owner of that arcade made that specific system way more difficult. Because maybe they get better players. If they get really bad players, you probably don't want your arcade cabinet being that difficult. Also, there's 2 versions. Shit, I'm sorry, I got distracted because I was like, wait, I think that guy's just gonna kill me. I had to jump over back into the next platform. It's fine. It's not a big deal. There's 2 versions of Donkey Kong. Again, other than all of the difficulty switches. And I think the difference between A and B, I could probably tell you, is that the A game just goes through the levels one by one. So we're now on I believe this is called 75F. Which is not accurate, because I think we're only at 50F, aren't we? Should we bother to get that? There we go. But there's another version of Donkey Kong that goes to, yeah, it goes to this level every other, so you go to the first level, and then you go to this level. And then you go to the first level again, slightly harder, and then you have to do the first level and the second level. I don't know why I grabbed this. This is a waste. And then you go to this level again, and then you go to 1, 2, 3, and then this level again. And then you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this level for a final time. Or not a final time, because it's an arcade machine and it never ends, but you know what I mean. So Donkey Kong's actually rather not hard. actually. I should get the one up here. I should get this one up here, honestly. You gotta be careful, because the moment you walk over them, they actually disappear, so you can't just go backwards. You have to jump backwards over the gap that you made, or else Mario will just fall and die. Because that's what he does, you stupid. This might be good or bad for me. This is bad for me. Maybe it's good for me. There we go. See how far we can get. I'm like halfway decent at Donkey Kong. A long time ago, I thought to myself, I'd really love to... I was really into completing games at the time, and I was going through a bunch of franchises, and some of them, those were Nintendo franchises, and I was like, well, is it even possible to, like, complete an arcade, like, if I wanted to play all the Donkey Kong games, right? Shit, hold on. I don't know why, but every time without fail, I bring my laptop out here, I plug everything in, and then I forget to plug the power cable into the laptop, because every single time while it's recording, it runs out of power. But it's bad because it'll corrupt the recording if I don't, actually, if it dies. Anyways, yeah, I thought to myself, like, what, is it possible to beat an arcade machine? And, the answer that I gained was that was a really difficult jump. I said to myself, well, technically, if you make it to, like, the final level... Oh, that rat bastard. That's just unlucky. I could have done something about it, though. I could have predicted it, but... Or at least planned for it. God damn it, that's so annoying. That's arcade games for you, though. That's what happens. I said to myself, well, technically, I guess if I get to if I beat every level available in the game, I'd technically... That might have been... Yeah, that's game over. Well, that sucks. I kind of want to try again. Let's try one player B so I can check my theory. I think B is harder. Yeah, it looks like it's probably harder. He's already doing some bullshit. Yeah, basically that was my determination. So, I spent a bunch of time, or I spent like a week, I don't know, just playing Donkey Kong, over and over again, just trying to beat every level in Donkey Kong. I ended up getting pretty okay at it, but obviously, you know, you lose that over time. It was like a week that I spent doing that, but there's parts of it, you know, that are still in me. This is a terrible idea. Oh god, okay, well, it's getting really scary. Okay, we've got to find an opening here. It's gonna be tricky. That's the opening. Yeah, so not only that, and I did do it. I did beat Donkey Kong. Technically, to my standards, I was like, well, I technically beat it. Okay, no, this is different than I thought. And then I went on to play Donkey Kong Jr. I beat Donkey Kong Jr., and I think I also beat Donkey Kong 3. I just did all of them. Which, Donkey Kong Jr. and Donkey Kong 3 are much lesser known, but they're both really, really great. Donkey Kong really overshadows them for some reason. Okay, I saw the problem. I think it's slightly different. I need to watch those for a second. Because while it was happening, I was like, wait, I think... Yeah, one of them goes more in the middle. One of them goes way more off to the right. Okay, no, they all just look... No, see, that one went way more to the right than... Yeah, yeah. Middle, and then... No, it's just random. Never mind. Let's skip it. Let's just skip it entirely. Also, if you ever get the chance, I highly recommend playing Donkey Kong Game Boy. It's really cool. Basically, you go through the regular Donkey Kong stages. And then, the rest of the game is just an entirely, like, it's just, I don't know, it expands it out into a bunch more levels. What the hell? I was aiming. What? How does that not hit him? You kidding me? That's bullcrap. That's bullcrap. Yeah, it's just really cool. I don't know. It's a whole bunch of levels. It's very iconic, but kind of overshadowed by the fact that I think people just thought it was Donkey Kong, the arcade version, ported to the Game Boy, and it's not. It's a heavily expanded, full-featured game with, like... It's got several worlds. It's like a Mario game with different levels, and you wander around kind of like this, and you try to just get whatever. I think you have to usually... This is bad. You have to get, like, a key, and, get the key to the door. I think that's how it worked. I could swear in some versions of Mario they let you jump with a hammer. Or in some versions of Donkey Kong, I mean. But not this. So Donkey Kong Jr. is cool. You play as Donkey Kong Jr. and you swing, you go across vines and stuff and try to get to... It's kind of the same thing, but instead you're freeing Donkey Kong from a cage. Mario's the bad guy in Donkey Kong Jr. and he's got poor old Donkey Kong in a cage. Then there's just Donkey Kong 3, which is the weirdest game. And you play as not Mario, but you play as a character called Stanley. Stanley the Exterminator. And he's an exterminator, and he sends puffs of air at Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong's the bad guy again. It's a weird game. I don't know why they've never brought Stanley back. He's iconic. He's part of Mario history. Jeez. I knew that was a possibility. I'm like, I gotta make sure he's not just gonna drop a frickin' barrel on my head, dude. But I found Donkey Kong 3 to be surprisingly great. Surprisingly fun game. Maybe not surprised. Is it surprising that that's a good game? I don't know. Nobody ever talks about it, is the thing. Last time I heard it ever mentioned was, like, Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers makes a reference to it. He's got a trophy in Smash Brothers. Yeah, that's it. And then they made Super Mario. Also, there's fall damage in this game. So if you actually fall down too far, you will just die. So if I were to just jump from here down to that platform, I would die. Quite funny, actually. I decided to risk that. I could go get that thing and I would get a bonus for doing so, but... Whew. Oh, gosh. That was tricky. That's fine. I think I died. No, I had an extra life, I think. Cool. Well, that didn't go well. I don't know what I thought was gonna happen, but I keep getting notifications on my phone. I don't know what they were. Alright, well, that's it. We played Donkey Kong. It's definitely my favorite one so far. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones in this. Some of them might be locked behind other things, so we might have to do some codes. I think I found a generator that will, like... There are some called, I think, the NES, like, there's like a whole wiki about these. But there were some that were supposed to be released as codes as part of, like, events or unreleased e-reader cards and stuff like that, but their code is in the game. It's just that there's actually no possible way to get them. But I found a generator that generates codes for those. That might work. I don't actually know if it works because there's still a lot of, you know, internet information that's like, these are impossible to get. You know, it says all over the internet. I don't know, but I found a page that's just like, oh, here's this will generate codes, so you can get it. And you need a code generator because it's dependent on not your name and also your town's name, what code will actually work. So it's weird. But yeah, this is how much research I did going into this. I don't know if I needed to do this much research, but I was mostly just interested to learn all of that. You know, just wanted to know. But you know, here we are. We're doing well. Oh, I'm gonna go try and see if I can pay off my debt. Oh, there's also, everybody's asleep. I did start this up at like almost 10 o'clock.